Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, your go-to source for Lions rumors, inside buzz, and all the speculation that fuels the hype. Something's brewing in Detroit, and if what we're hearing is true, the Lions may be moments away from pulling off a quietly brilliant move. There's been a lot of talk this offseason about who Detroit won't sign. Names like Zadarius Smith, Von Miller, and Matthew Judon have all come and gone from the rumor mill without so much as a contract offer. But, while those splashy names have stolen the headlines, one name has been circling in silence, lurking, waiting for the right opportunity. And now, it seems like that opportunity may finally be real. We're talking about a veteran pass rusher, someone who knows the NFC North like the back of his hand, a guy who's been doubted, disrespected, but never outworked, someone who's healthy, hungry, and available. And most importantly, someone who has already met with the Lions face-to-face. That's right. Demarcus Walker could be headed to Detroit. Now, let's set the stage. Walker was unexpectedly released by the Chicago Bears in February, a move that stunned many around the league. The defensive end still had a year left on his 3-year, $21 million contract, but new head coach Ben Johnson and defensive coordinator Dennis Allen apparently didn't see a fit for him in their new system. So they cut ties. Just like that. But here's the thing. Walker wasn't underperforming. In 2024, he posted 47 combined tackles, 16 QB hits, 7 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks in 17 games. That's rock-solid production for a rotational edge rusher, especially on a Bears team that lacked defensive consistency. His pass rush and run defense grades hovered just above average. Nothing flashy, but very steady. And, most importantly, he's been durable, playing in all 17 games last season and staying healthy for 3 years straight. Now, flash forward to this offseason. Reports surfaced that Walker visited Detroit prior to the NFL draft. The Lions didn't make a deal at the time, likely because they were waiting to see how the draft board would shake out. And now that the dust has settled, the timing might be perfect for Walker to circle back and sign with the team. Let's not forget, Detroit has added rookie firepower to the defensive line. First-rounder Tyleik Williams brings raw power and potential, while 6th-round pick Ahmad Hassanin could turn into a developmental gem. But both are young. Both are unproven. And after what happened last season with injuries ravaging the front seven, the Lions know better than anyone. You need veteran depth. Demarcus Walker gives you just that. A plug-and-play guy who can rotate. Pressure the quarterback and set the edge in the run game. No guesswork, no babysitting. Just experience and results. And let's be honest, he's motivated. Walker hasn't hidden the fact that he wants another shot in the NFC North. What better way to send a message to the Bears, the team that gave up on you, than to join? A division rival that's on the rise and looking to dominate in 2025? Sources close to the situation suggest that Walker's team is still in contact with Detroit's front office. While no deal has been finalized, the Lions may be evaluating their roster post-draft and looking for one more reliable veteran before OTAs kick off. And with Walker still unsigned and eager to prove himself, the door is wide open. Imagine a defensive rotation that includes Aiden Hutchinson, Tyleik Williams, Aleem McNeil, and Demarcus Walker. You've got explosiveness, versatility, and a balance of youth and experience. Walker isn't a headline grabber like Von Miller, but guess what? He doesn't need to be. What he brings is toughness, consistency, and hunger. 3 things that perfectly match Dan Campbell's vision for this team. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, because if Demarcus Walker signs with the Detroit Lions, you're going to want to be the first to know. Drop a like if you believe this move could quietly become one of the smartest signings of the entire offseason. Now, let's go deeper into why this move makes so much sense, not just for the Lions, but for Walker himself. Detroit is no longer the feel-good story of the NFC North. This team is a legitimate contender, with real expectations and real pressure. That means every spot on the roster matters, every snap counts, and every free agent addition needs to bring value. Not just talent, but attitude, experience, and reliability. Walker brings all of that. He's not a flashy name, and he's never been a Pro Bowler, but that's exactly why this could be a perfect fit. The Lions don't need another superstar. They need someone who can step in, produce immediately, and stabilize the rotation, especially if injuries hit again like they did in 2024. Remember, Detroit's defense last season took huge hits. Multiple starters went down. Depth was tested. Young guys were forced into big roles too soon. This year, the front office is clearly planning smarter. That's why they drafted talent early and late. But rookies are still rookies. They need time. And when it's 3rd and 7 in December, and the team's playoff hopes are on the line, you want a guy like Demarcus Walker in your front four. Let's also look at scheme. Walker is a natural fit for the Lions' hybrid front. He's versatile enough to line up as a base 4-3 end or slide inside on passing downs. That's the kind of positional flexibility that Aaron Glenn loves. It allows Detroit to disguise looks, rotate personnel, and keep offensive lines guessing. Imagine Hutchinson and McNeil drawing attention, and suddenly Walker loops inside and collapses the pocket. It's not flashy, but it's football IQ. It's veteran savvy. It's what championship defenses are built on, and make no mistake, Walker wants this opportunity. He hasn't spoken publicly about his meeting with Detroit, but insiders report that it went well. Very well. Sources say the energy in the building, the culture, and the chance to stay in the division were all selling points. He's hungry, and he knows that if he signs a 1-year prove-it deal with the Lions and produces, he could cash in next offseason. This is as much of a bet on himself as it is on Detroit. Plus, think about the locker room. Walker is known around the league as a high-character guy. He works hard, he doesn't complain. He shows up and gets it done. That's exactly the kind of presence you want mentoring younger guys like Tyleik Williams and Ahmad Hassanin. It's the kind of player who strengthens your culture without needing the spotlight. He'd fit right into what Dan Campbell has been building. Gritty, tough, no-nonsense football. From a financial standpoint, this is also a low-risk, high-reward move. After being cut by the Bears, Walker isn't going to command top dollar. A modest 1-year deal, maybe $4 to $5 million with incentives, gets it done. That's peanuts for a team that still has some cap flexibility and wants to be smart about where it spends. Compared to the price tags of veterans like Zadarius Smith or Matthew Judon, Walker is a bargain. And here's the kicker. The Lions aren't done yet. Even though the major moves of the offseason are behind us, every good GM knows that May and June are when smart teams really finalize their rosters. You wait for prices to drop. You wait for players like Walker, still unsigned, still motivated, to circle back. You make your move right before OTAs, so that player has time to integrate into the system. That's where we are right now. The clock is ticking. OTAs are coming. Roster spots are tightening. And Walker is still available. If the Lions want him, and everything we're hearing suggests they do, now is the time to strike. Bring him in. Let him learn the playbook. Let him become part of the rotation from day one. Because once the season starts and teams realize they still have holes on their defensive lines, Walker won't be on the market long. And what if it all comes together? What if Demarcus Walker signs in Detroit, balls out, and becomes the unsung hero of the 2025 defense? It wouldn't be the first time the Lions pulled off a move that looked quiet on paper and turned into a game-changer on the field. Just look at how the front office built this roster, with intelligence, with patience, and with players who fit the mission. This move, if it happens, is no different. So get ready, Lions fans. We could be on the verge of one last critical addition before camp begins. Demarcus Walker might not make headlines like a blockbuster trade, but if he lands in Detroit, you better believe quarterbacks across the NFC will take notice. Thanks for watching Lions News Fan Report. Let us know in the comments. Would you sign Demarcus Walker? Is this the kind of veteran presence we need to solidify the D-line? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because if Walker puts on the Honolulu blue, you heard it here first. Go Lions!